Hey, what is up? Quick video for you guys on a couple things. The first one is on a really cool financier strategy that one of my clients, man, maybe 2 years ago, he started doing it, and it has just exploded into a really beautiful business. So, went through the process of buying a business, and in that process he had a balance sheet, obviously, and he had some business credit. And so when he went to go buy a Tesla, he um, basically was like, man, I want to buy this in my business. And so went through the process and bought the Tesla in his business, and then started to, when he was traveling, whatever, ring out the Tesla on I think it's called Toro or eToro. So he's renting out the Tesla and realized, wow, this is great income. And so basically started a whole business where he was buying the Teslas and renting them out on eToro. Which I'm thinking about a totally different app, but there's one large app, and now there are a few of them. But back then, there was just one app where you could rent out your car, and basically, when you're looking at a car like Tesla, one of the benefits is they don't lose much value, they last for a long time, blah blah blah. So what's up, Adam? Thanks for popping in. So he built this business and ended up with about 20 Teslas, and that he rents out up in the Boston area. And it's a really cool business. It's basically almost like cars. But the thing that I thought was really cool and unique, and kind of where the financier aspect comes in, is number one, using business credit. Number two, with a tax credit, it basically was no money out of his pocket. So it was a no money down deal. So he got the cash that covered the down payment in this tax credit. And then it was positive cash flow without using his credit, using the government's free money. And now you got a positive cash flow asset. And a lot of times, what we're always trying to do, even within the fund, we're always trying to find those unique cases where we can basically create infinite return. And infinite return is when you have no money in the deal. And what's up, Nathan? Says that is a huge win. Yes, that's a very big win. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button as you're popping in. I greatly appreciate it. So we're always looking for those unique, infinite return potential opportunities. And we've done a couple of those in the first fund that is out of the private equity fund incubator. Really excited. We are starting a whole new one. So if you're interested in being a part of the next private equity fund incubator, be sure to reach out. The one that we're in right now is first year, looking at about a 300% return, and that's actually pretty conservative. Doing well. And I say conservative because it's actually trending towards more. But if I say like some outrageous percentage number, it just sounds completely nuts. So we'll just say 300% return in the first year of the first private equity fund incubator. And so that's really exciting. But part of that is because we structure deals that are in those infinite return kinds of situations. So that Tesla thing came up because he sent me a video of another guy who is doing something similar. It was like, man, like I just love these strategies where this guy was doing a strategy, and he was buying smart cars, like literally the opposite end of the spectrum. Tesla's super expensive. It is a hefty payment for each one of those cars. But it works out. And so my friend has started this whole new or former client, a current client, really. I feel like everybody who's ever worked with me, we'll work together forever. So now he's started buying other types of cars and smaller cars, and he's renting those out on a weekly basis to people that are doing Grubhub and deliveries. And so obviously, if you're buying a smart car, you can't do Uber. They're not popular on the car rental platforms, but there are people that want to work doing deliveries. And so he's doing two things where he's putting advertisements on the sides of the smart cars. Obviously, they're driving around. He rents them out for a specific shift. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful model because, in addition, unlike a Tesla, we still want to keep that no money down. So how do you get these things with no money down? Well, there's the potential to go out and take over leases on these. And so there are websites like Swap a Lease where you can take over a lease and with no money down. And in some cases, the person will pay you to take over the lease because they don't want that lease anymore. So in addition to not paying any money down, you're actually getting some cash and you're making cash flow. And the multiple on the payment is basically the payments will end up about $200, $300. And he's netting about 3-4 times that on a monthly basis with a $150 a week rental to the folks that are working on Grubhub. So these are some of the really creative things that you're thinking about when it comes to financial strategy. And I wanted to do a video talking about raising capital for your fund, especially as we're about to launch Pep again. But I had to tell you about these and just get you guys thinking creatively. There's really no limit to what you're able to do when you're coming at things from a standpoint of, okay, what do I have to leverage? Oh, is it my business credit? Is it my credit? Is it the balance sheet of a business I just bought? What are the things that I can leverage? Is it relationships on the other end? And again, just thinking creatively. Now let's talk about raising capital in the fund. I was also having a conversation this week on, we've got a client that's in Dealmakers Institute that is basically looking to put together a fund and raising capital. And one of the things that came up is like, in his presentation saying we have no competition. Nobody's got this angle. And it's better to stay away from saying you don't have any competition because it just becomes a red flag and it almost looks lazy. So I'll tell you why. The goal isn't to say you have no competition. The goal is to find who's doing something as close to you as possible and find all of those cases. And you seem much more well-read, much more clued in to your industry when you don't say, oh, nobody's doing exactly what I'm doing. It's like, okay, well, tell us who's doing something similar and like how you're different. So if you seem a little bit lazy if you can't find 3 or 4 examples of other people who have at least done something similar to what you're trying to do, and give examples as to what you like about what they're doing, what you don't like about what they're doing, and how you're going to do things differently to improve upon what they're doing. So be sure whether you're raising capital for your deal or you're raising capital for your fund, stay away from telling people that you don't have any competition. The second part is on the opposite end of the spectrum is understanding what your unique value proposition is. Like, what are you bringing to the table that is unique, and why you're in a position to provide that. So you don't necessarily want to say you don't have any competition, but you do want to stress that, while we do have competition, we have something that is unique. So that's the way that you deliver that message. Here's what we're doing that is unique and different, and here's why we think that's going to be beneficial for you and generate really great returns for you. It doesn't matter if your unique selling proposition is cool or really unique or whatever. The only thing that matters is how does it protect capital and how does it create the highest returns. All right, we got some more folks popping in here. If you don't mind, hit the like button. Oh my God. Adam Williams, which website? I missed which point you were asking. Let me know which website, Adam, and I will uh, let you know. Rob says, great concept. What's up, Rob? Thanks for popping in here. What's the website for the incubator? If you reach out to the same website, dealmakerinstitute.com, just let them know you're interested in the private equity fund incubator. You can acechapman.com, and it talks a little bit about the private equity incubator there. Rob says, yes, explain how you're different. Exactly. So it's not about saying there's nobody like you. It's just, hey, here's all the people that are like us, and here's how we do things a little different. So it's having proof and that's a great point, Nathan. That's actually a really great point. By saying we have no competition and we're the first to ever do something, that actually is concerning. It's like, wait a minute, so nobody's done anything somewhat similar to what you're doing? Maybe this isn't going to work. By having 3 or 4 examples of like, hey, here's one take that has worked, and this is why it worked, and this is what we're going to take from that. Here's another case of, something similar, and this is what we're going to take from that. And so you're proving the case that what you're doing isn't trying to fly to Mars, which was a huge long shot. Elon Musk even said, like, when he did SpaceX, he knew that there was a 90% chance he was going to lose every dime that he put into that, but it was worth doing. And so you're not Elon, and people aren't trying to take a 90% chance of losing a shot, a guaranteed chance of losing, unless you're a Elon Musk. And so you've got to prove, hey, here's everything that shows that the wind is actually at our back, pushing us toward success. 285, what up, homie? Awesome. Let me know if there are any questions. If not, thanks so much for popping on as we head out. Hit the like button, and hopefully this was valuable for you guys. Rob says, absolutely, taking the time to put together the best of what's out there. Yes, shows that you know what's going on. Competition is great. Lots of missing pieces that can be improved upon. Earl, what's up, homie? Great job. Thanks so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your Sunday.